Happy Thursday morning. I'm still homesick. Two things. Donald Trump has been planning this for quite some time. His use of the military and whatever he's got planned for Saturday at his little military parade, which looks like it's going to get rained out. And boy, howdy, wouldn't that be an amazing thing if that were to happen? But I was thinking this morning and I remembered, I went and looked it up. In late February of this year, Donald Trump fired the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, fired Lisa Franchetti, chief of the Naval Operations, General James Slife, vice chief of staff for the Air Force, and most ominously, he fired all of the JAG Corps, the senior leadership for the JAG Corps, the top lawyers who serve the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. And the Navy covers the Marines as well. Those are the lawyers who would be primarily responsible for determining whether or not an order coming from the President of the United States is legal or illegal. And now we saw this week that we've got 700 Marines from an infantry division deploying on the streets of an American city. That's ominous. And then that reminds me, for people who are just following me on TikTok and who are not following my other page on the Tube of You, I put up a few times a day, I put up much longer videos on that other platform. And yesterday I put up a longer video about a Substack post from Lev Parnas, Aaron Parnas's dad. And he is still very connected to people at the senior levels of the Trump administration. And he put out a Substack post and he was like, the beginning of, declaring martial law and that whole process, they're planning on starting that on Saturday with this military parade. So if you want to go check that video out, there's a link in the link tree in my bio, or you can just go to that page and search for Hawk Podcasts, and my page will pop right up. Second point that I had, I was listening to an interview with a general this morning, and they were discussing this concept of military getting illegal orders from the police or from Trump. And, there are a lot of people in the public who are like, when's the military going to step in? And why doesn't the military just disobey these unlawful orders? And he was like, there's a thing in the military called a barracks lawyer. It's like somebody who says they know a lot about the law but didn't go to law school. And he was making the point. He's like, you got to stick with the chain of command on stuff like that, man. If you get an order that you don't think may be legal, you talk to your commanding officer, and that's it. You don't go over your commanding officer's head. You don't step out of that chain of command. He's like, it's up to Hegseth and the Secretary of the Navy, the Secretary of the Air Force, Secretary of the Army. Those are the ones that need to be talking to Trump about not using the military as his own personal plaything. But Trump has put loyalists in all of those positions. And second, I think his more important part is there are a lot of people in this country that are like, when's the military going to step in and put an end to this? And it's like, he was like, what exactly do you expect the military to do? This is what the American electorate voted for. Donald Trump didn't take over the United States of America by force. He was elected. He's like, and now you guys want the military to nullify the results of an election? And I was like, that's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. It's not the military's job to fix this. And I've said this multiple times this week and before. It's white people's job to fix this. It's not the military's job. It's white people who are not in the military. So, anyway, I thought that was a really good point. And so, hope everybody has a good Thursday. Tomorrow's the weekend. There are a lot of protests this weekend. Hopefully Trump's parade gets rained out and messes up his hair. That's what I hope for this weekend. But everybody, please be safe, and I'll see you guys soon.